Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a live stream and daily Chelsea news update and your preview for the Carabao Cup tie against Newcastle tomorrow night. The sequel, the second game in the space of 3 days against the Magpies, and a chance for us to take a step closer to Wembley and another step closer to what would be a much needed trophy. I don't care if it's the League Cup. We need silverware, and this is a really, really important game. So we've got all the latest on the Newcastle game, all the latest on Victor Gyokeres as well. Reportedly, he will be available for between 50 to 60 million pounds next summer, which is considerably less than 100 million euros release clause that was active this summer, which no one ended up going for. We'll have a little discussion about Gyokeres. Will Chelsea go for him? Would he be a good fit for Chelsea? Is it what Chelsea are potentially looking for? Plus, obviously United getting Amorim and all that jazz. We can dive into some of that and just a general chat, taking your questions. We're going to go through the lineup as well. So any questions you've got, guys, let me know. Make sure you're smashing the like button, people. Make sure you're running those likes up as always, guys. And let's say hello to a few of you people, and then we will dive into this. If Gyokeres 50 or 60 million pounds, go and get it done. Chelsea want him over Osimhen. If we get Gyokeres, what happens to Nkunku? Yeah, we're going to dive into that. We need to cook United on Sunday. Yes, we do, but let's worry about that once we've dealt with Wednesday night. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen after the summer with that one, whether the Chelsea are going to go back in, whether there's too much water under the bridge. Osimhen himself confirmed that he's going to spend the season at Galatasaray. He said that he will spend the season at Galatasaray. He won't be leaving in January, so let's wait and see what happens on that one. Yes, big up. Osimhen is injury prone. I think he's particularly injury prone, to be honest. What do we need then? Because we do need something. So, what do we need if we don't need either of them? Well, yeah, brother. If it was down to me, if I was in charge and I had the P's, I'd be on the phone sporting. Yeah, guys, I've got the P's. We're doing this right now. But unfortunately, I'm not in that position. So, yeah, I agree. It's a big opportunity next summer for someone to sign a top striker. So someone's going to get themselves a top striker. Is it going to be Chelsea? Who knows? That's what makes me sick. Glad we won't see him until we play them again later this season. Yeah, they're trying to get him. They're trying to get him. There's a possibility he might be in place for Sunday, but ultimately, even if he's in place for Sunday, it's going to have very little impact because he's going to literally have maybe at most 1 or 2 training sessions. They got a game tomorrow night, so he's going to have a recovery on Thursday if he's appointed, and then Friday and Saturday, a couple of sessions. Even if he's on a touchline, guys, for Sunday, it makes minimal difference because he's not going to have any time to really make that much of an impact. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. It is what it is at the end of the day. There's nothing we can do about it. Dream sign for the team is Bellingham. Yeah, brother, we're never going to get Bellingham. It's never going to happen. Gyokeres, physical, technical, good finisher. Yeah, what is everyone else in the chat saying? Bro, that wasn't the question though, right? If we don't need a Gyokeres or an Osimhen, what do we need? Is my response to what you're saying. Kvaratskhelia has gone a little bit off the boil. He has gone a little bit off the boil. Let's wait and see. Gyokeres is the dream striker for me. I don't know if we would go for a 20. Well, he's not 28. He's 26. Yeah, I'll be honest, brother. I would prefer him to Osimhen. I'll be real. I prefer him to Osimhen, but there are similarities between him and Nicholas Jackson. Whereas maybe we need a different sort of a profile. Maybe you need a profile like an Omarodion, for example, like a little bit of a different profile to what we already have. But yeah, let's dive into it. But big up to everyone that's locked in, guys. Make sure that you are smashing those likes up, people. We're 46 in the building. We're only 20 likes. That's poor. Gyokeres wouldn't be proud of that conversion rate. None of us would be proud of that conversion rate. So please, guys, run the likes up. We should be on 40 likes already by now. So let's run it up. Get to work, people. Let's dive into this then with the Gyokeres news that has come today from Florian Plettenberg over with Sky Germany. Was told that Man United are currently not in the race for Victor Gyokeres. trust me, once I've had a season of Højlund and Xerxes stinking up the gaff, they will firmly enter the race. It's a matter of waiting to see what would happen if Amorim becomes the new coach. Well, it's not if, it's when he becomes the new coach. In England, the 4 clubs mentioned are particularly active for him: City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. He's allowed to leave Sporting next summer for 60 to 70 million euros, as revealed in our show Transfer Update. A transfer in the summer is planned. So it looks like this brother will be leaving next summer. Couple of seasons at Sporting, he's absolutely teared it up. He's smashing goals in for fun. He's one of the most lethal strikers in world football. Why City? Maybe they're looking for that Julian Alvarez replacement, because if Haaland's injured or whatever, and Haaland can't play every single game, who do you stick up there? Who do you stick up there? That would be my point, brother. You can't really do a pre-contract. He's not available on a free. You could maybe agree a deal in January for him to come in the summer, but there's no pre-contract settings on this. He'll be 26. He'll be 27 in the summer window. Hopefully, it's not a red flag for us. Even if you go right to the top end of the reported 50 to 60 million pounds, which is what 60 to 70 million euros is. I mean, what is Gyokeres's date of birth? Let's see. If he's only just turned 26, then we might be cooking. Gyokeres, 4th of June. No, you are right. Next summer he will be 27 years of age, coming into his prime. But these are the sort of deals that Chelsea don't really tend to go for. I know, like Ivan Toney, a prime example. Yes, I'm fully aware that he was obviously, he was 28, wasn't he? Yeah, he's 28. So like Ivan Toney really only just over a year older. I know Gyokeres is probably better and kind of a little bit of a different profile, and maybe, an exception in that regard. But he's only a year or so younger than Ivan Toney. So we didn't go for Toney in the summer when we could have easily gone for him. So you'd have to have a little bit of concern about whether we're going to go for someone like Gyokeres for those reasons given. I mean, we're obviously set on Osimhen in the summer. Gyokeres, despite, early doors in the summer there being a lot of links to Gyokeres moving, that soon went very, very quiet, and he ended up staying. I think it was the right decision for him to stay, do another season in Portugal, prove that last season wasn't kind of a one-off, and then look to go again. But it's certainly an interesting one, isn't it, guys? It's certainly an interesting one. But as much as I like Nicholas Jackson, and I do love Nicholas Jackson, I think he's going to be a top player for us. 20 goals a season striker, no doubt, in my opinion, with the amount of chances we create. I'd expect him to get 20 Premier League goals this season. He's already got 6, and we're 9 games in, so he's definitely on track, providing he stays fit to surpass that. But we're a Jackson injury away or an Nkunku injury away from being in a nightmare situation where we don't really have anyone else. Now, the next thing that comes into mind, guys, is what sort of a striker do Chelsea need? Because I get it that a lot of people believe in Jackson, a lot of people like Jackson, but people seem to forget, right? You need competition for places all over the squad. We've got it in the wide areas. We've got it in midfield. We've got it in defence. We don't necessarily have it in striker. Now, signing an Osimhen or a Gyokeres is not replacing Nicholas Jackson. Let's remember, guys, that Drogba had one of his best seasons for Chelsea, playing up alongside, playing up with Nicolas Anelka, had one of his best seasons. So, if a Gyokeres did come in or another striker comes in, that doesn't mean that Jackson's relegated to the bench. It's competition. It's not Jackson or said other striker. It's both of them. Because at the end of the day, there's so many games. There's plenty of minutes to go around. We know that Maresca likes to rotate, and he kind of does it on a game-by-game basis. So this is kind of the point that I'm coming to here, guys, is that we don't really have 2 quality strikers. Jackson, I think, is a top quality striker. I would describe Nkunku as a top quality player, but I wouldn't say he was a top quality number 9. But the problem you then have when you are looking to go for a striker is it potentially means that Nkunku's finished at Chelsea, which is a mad sort of thing to even consider or to even think about saying, but it does potentially go in that direction and sort of go down that route where you're thinking, right, okay, Jackson, the club believe him. Jackson, is here to stay. Nkunku 26, he's going to be going on 27 next year. It's that age where it shouldn't be a problem, but in Chelsea terms, that is very old for our current squad. And you're sort of thinking, would Chelsea be looking to get someone younger in? But then you look at Gyokeres, for example, who's basically the same age as Nkunku, and then Oshiman's only just younger than Gyokeres anyway. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I'm a little bit unsure here what Christopher Nkunku's future looks like at Chelsea. But I really wouldn't be surprised at all. The club look to go for another striker in the summer. That means that Nkunku could be on his way out. Maybe a move to PSG or something along those lines. Because I think if we're going for the title, let's be perfectly honest, I don't think you can win the title with Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku as your nines. I think Nicholas Jackson could be part of a title-winning team / squad, absolutely. But I do believe that you need a top-quality number 9 up there. And I think someone mentioned it in the chat earlier. If someone mentioned it in the chat earlier. Where was it? I can't remember the point I was about to make then. But someone mentioned it. Oh yeah, you don't get the opportunity to sign top quality strikers very often. So if the opportunity's there, you've absolutely got the most of it. But I'll be totally honest, guys. I honestly believe there's probably more chance of Chelsea signing Benjamin Sesko next summer rather than Gyokeres or Victor Osimhen. I really do think that there could be a better chance for Chelsea to sign Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig next summer than any of these two. But it's a really interesting one. It is a really interesting one because the Nkunku situation is a difficult one because he's a quality operator. He's a great finisher. He scores goals. But he's getting next to no minutes in the Premier League because he doesn't offer enough to the team. So if Chelsea were to move Nkunku on, which is very feasible next summer, I can't imagine he's happy with the amount of minutes he's getting. I don't think any of us expected the plan was for Nkunku to basically be a Thursday night player and a cup competition player. That wasn't part of the plan at all on that one. Absolutely wasn't part of the plan at all. So I do think it's an interesting situation that we've got here. What are you lot saying in the chat? We need a striker that can create a goal out of nothing. Jackson's not there yet. No, he's not quite there at the creating something out of nothing stage, but he is making huge improvements. Huge improvements. Yeah, I agree on that one. We have Mike Penders coming next summer. We won't move for a keeper. Bro, I would expect Penders to go on loan again. I'll be totally honest. I think that Nkunku won't be here next season, regardless if we get another striker or not. He would be like to start, but at the moment he can't. No, he can't bench Nico. He absolutely can't. So if he's not able to bench Nicholas Jackson, there's no way that he's going to be benching another striker, which might potentially be coming in. This is the problem. This is the problem that we've got, guys. This is the problem that we've got at the moment. And Nkunku, bro, come on, he absolutely should be. Like, other than being a better finisher, right, than Nkunku. What's Nkunku better at Jackson at? Because he's not better in his overall link-up play. He's not better running in behind. He's not better at running channels and things like that. He's not better at holding the ball up. Yes, he's probably better in tight spaces. Yes, he's more likely to create something out of nothing. But if we're talking about overall importance to the team and what the player brings to the team, Jackson brings way more to the team than Nkunku does. And that's exactly why Nkunku doesn't play. It was why Jackson plays over Nkunku, because he brings way more to the team. It really is that simple now. Let's not pretend Real Madrid last season used Bellingham as their main outlet up top. We're not relying on crossing the ball into a big target man. No, we're not relying on crossing the ball into a big target man. We're absolutely not. But it would be good to have that option, though, as well. It would be nice to have that option. That's why, someone like a Van Nistelrooy, what the fuck am I talking about? Not a Van Nistelrooy, that's why someone like an Omarodion, like an alternative, different profile, physical presence in the box. That's why someone like that could have been, very beneficial for us. Guys, there's 71 in the building. There's 30 likes. That's piss poor. Come on, people. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button if we're going to smash Newcastle and we're going to smash Ruben Amorim's Man United on Sunday as well. Let's run those likes up, people. Let's get it done. 72 in the building, only 30 likes. What are we playing at here? Run it up, run it up, run it up. I expect this at 50 likes in the next 2 minutes, guys. Let's get to work, people. He will follow Ruben Amorim to United. Let's wait and see. They got Xerxes and Højlund. I don't know what the space is, so let's see what happens there. Who would you go for the goalkeeper next summer? Maybe I wouldn't mind a Mike Maignan or a Diogo Costa, but again, both expensive. Brother, R9. This shameless brother calling himself R9, Rasmus 9. The disrespect to El Phenomenon, the original OG Brazilian Ronaldo. My man's coming here with an R9 screen name with a picture of Rasmus Højlund. Have shame, brother. Have shame. I'd rather have another centre-back, right-back, and another right-back. Brother, what right-back do we need? When we've got James Gusto, and if Josh Akinpong stays, well, what right-back do we need? Bro, you man enjoy your shiny new toy, but it's not changing anything. You lot are still absolutely dead. You man are finished. You might think you're rising from the ruins, but as far as this season's concerned, you're not doing anything. We'll see you, man, on Sunday. We'll see you on Sunday. Nkunku's not even a striker. He's a second striker or a 10. I mean, second striker and 10 is basically the same position, really, isn't it, at the end of the day? But yeah, it's going to be interesting, guys. It is going to be it's going to be an interesting one to see how this whole striker situation pans out. But it's interesting already. I know we're only in October coming into November, that the wheels are in motion for a Gyokeres departure for next summer already. That's going to put a lot of clubs on alert. A lot of clubs on alert. No, I don't think we will, to be honest. And at the end of the day, even if Ten Hag was still there, given we've not won there since 2013 and Juan Mata, bro, it could be the fucking Old Trafford dinner lady on the touchline, and I wouldn't feel confident going to that place. I don't know what it is about that place, but we just seem to go there, and it just doesn't happen for us. It just doesn't happen for us whatsoever. It just doesn't happen for us for whatever reason. I don't think we have seen Nkunku in his best position, but bro, maybe we haven't, but he's not going to play in that position ahead of Cole Palmer. It's just not happening. It simply isn't happening. He's not playing there in that 10 role ahead of Cole Palmer. He really isn't. I mean, tomorrow night, for example, I wouldn't mind seeing Nkunku playing the 10 and Jackson leading the line, but I just don't think we're going to see that. We have 31 likes. That's got to be a joke. Like, it is a bit of a joke. We're 37. Keep ramping it up, people. Keep ramping it up. All but it's all done. There's not been an official announcement yet, but Fabrizio's given it the here we go, and yeah, we're well on our way to that being the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation. That's what we're looking at right now. What else is popping off? I would have John Duran over Gyokeres. Do you know what? It's not a bad shout, that. It's not a bad shout. John Duran is exceptional. Really, really top player. You could argue maybe we missed the trick in the summer. I don't know. But let's see. Let's see on that one. It's going to be tricky, though, guys. It is going to be tricky. I mean, I would take either of those strikers, but I would say a Duran profile maybe is more what we're looking for than a Gyokeres profile, but I certainly wouldn't turn my nose up at Gyokeres. We're the new Chelsea back 3 FC. Brother, you haven't got any fit wing left backs, so you've got to struggle there. Yeah, no, I'll be straight up. I'm concerned about Sunday purely because our record is awful, absolutely awful. But You man worry about Leicester City first. Those you lot might get bitten by the foxes. So just before you're thinking about us, you worry about them. It's either we get a young upcoming striker in the likes of an Omar or Duran as backups for Nico, or get a complete striker like Gyokeres. I don't even think it's a case of being backup. I think it's just a case of competition. I don't think someone's going to be coming in to replace the other. It's going to be horses for courses. Different players will play different games. Great to have those options. I think it's really important that you have two great striking options. And whilst I really like Nkunku as a player, I wouldn't describe him as a great number 9 option. And that's what you want. You want two quality number 9 options. And you know, that's, I think, where probably we're lacking a little bit. I'll be straight up. I was unsure on Omar in the summer. Didn't know much about him. Was unsure about it. Was a little bit unsure on Duran. Was more sure on Duran than I perhaps was on Omar, but I was a little bit unsure on both of them. More than happy to hold my hands up now and admit that, do you know what? Either one of those would have been a great signing for us in the summer. I don't know what happened with the Omar business, but we should have seen that deal through, because the medical issue was bollocks, because he then went to Porto for 20 million less and everything was fine. So something weren't adding up there. What else have we got coming on here? Yes, hello, brother. Gyokeres is really the only striker I'd go for. Otherwise, I'm absolutely 100% all in with Jackson. I'm all in with Jackson regardless. But yeah, if you can get another top quality operator in front of goal, then it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Yeah, maybe so. What about getting an experienced and solid goalkeeper for the short term? Lucas Heredicki from Leverkusen. Yeah, I mean, look, a short-term keeper wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, guys. I'll be honest, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Is he? I mean, I've already watched much of Højlund, but yeah, no. And this is the problem, right? I say problem. You know, big clubs have to make big decisions. There's no denying that. Big clubs make big decisions, but you look at it and you're thinking, fuck, if a striker does come, where does Nkunku go? Because people will say, oh, you know, you could sell Mudryk, and Mudryk may well leave in the summer. But you're not going to then just box in Nkunku as a left wing. We know that Nkunku's not a winger. So you're almost in a position here where if you sign a striker, as a direct consequence of that, it leaves Christopher Nkunku in a very, very difficult situation at the club. And I'm not saying that Chelsea would be better without Nkunku, but what I'm saying is that if we really want to get a top quality striker in, I'm afraid it could well be curtains for Christoph. It could well be curtains for Christoph. Well, that's not my issue. If Gyokeres or Duran for me, I think Duran's not going to happen. I think there's probably a fat release clause in that new long-term contract he signed. And I'll be real, I think we probably missed our chance to sign him last summer. We're going to have to wait a few more years now if we want him. Guys, 87 in the building at the moment, only 41 likes. Come on, people. Run it up. We need that W tomorrow night, and we certainly need that dub on Sunday. For 50 mil, it's a no-brainer. I would imagine it would be closer to 60 mil, but either way, regardless, it's we're in no-brainer territory. No-brainer territory for sure on that. No doubt about it whatsoever. We just needed a DM, maybe Ugachukwu or Santos next summer. Santos is absolutely killing it at Strasbourg. He will no doubt be part of the squad next season. No doubt about it. We need to sell Badiashile. I would keep Badiashile. I actually think Badiashile might be on a little bit of a redemption arc. I'll be real, people. I think Badiashile could be on redemption arc settings. Nico is the project striker I want. World-class one beside him. Yeah, Nico is the project striker. You probably want someone who's a bit more of a proven quantity to come in. That would be what I'm looking at right now. We tanked the medical with Samu because we wanted Felix. Yeah, the Samu. That's the only reason I can think of. That's the only one that really makes any sense. How suddenly Samu bombs and then straight away we're in for Felix. We pulled out of that Samu deal for sure, because for whatever reason we wanted Felix instead, probably some George Mendes shit or whatever it was. But yeah, no, brother, I think that's really the only logical explanation there is out there for that one. I think it's the only logical explanation that we've got. The Sassy ET, there's what the fuck, guys? There's loads coming in. I'm gonna get through as much as I can. Now, people aren't writing off Nkunku. It's not being written off. It's just a genuine conversation about if a striker does come in, and Chelsea do probably want to bring a striker in, where does that leave Nkunku? Because Jackson's not going anywhere, and Nkunku, for me, I like him a lot, and I'd love him to stay at Chelsea and be a big part of what we're looking to do. But the problem is if a striker comes in, where does he go? Because Felix is not going to be moved on. You know, and even another point here as well. Nkunku going in the summer moment we signed Felix. Yeah, exactly. Felix coming in as well as another player that, you know, I actually think Nkunku's considerably better than Felix. But Felix coming in was another nail in the coffin for Nkunku, potentially. We've got players coming in 2025. Yep. Samu over Felix might have been the way to go. Yeah, no, brother, there's no doubt about it. No, it might have been. It absolutely would have been the way to go. It absolutely would have been the way to go. Samu instead of Felix would have been the way to go. Absolutely, no doubt about it. That would have been the way to go. And it's disappointing that we didn't end up going that way. In the end, we didn't end up going that way. For whatever reason, for whatever reasons, we decided against going that way. But yeah, it would have made a lot more sense. And I think we probably have a better balanced squad right now. Not that it's poorly balanced, but I think we would have a better balanced squad if we had decided to go that way. 100%, guys. 100%. Guys, we're one more like from 50. Keep running it up, guys. Come on, people. Let's get to work. Nkunku have done that. Andre Santos will be coming to Chelsea in the summer for free. I love it. Expect a surprising outgoing when Andre comes in. I don't think Enzo will go. I think there's space for all four of them. What it means for Dewsbury Hall, I've got absolutely no idea. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Dewsbury Hall go next summer, or maybe not sold, but certainly potentially a loan move for someone like a Dewsbury Hall next summer. That's what I would be looking at. I think Dewsbury Hall on loan is definitely a possibility next summer because Santos coming in. And then you look at it, you have Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, and Santos. And I think that's four very good midfield profiles. Yeah, let's see what he keeps doing for Porto. But yeah, you know, the crossover from the Portuguese league to the Premier League is usually very, very good. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of the latest, guys, on the striking situation in terms of Victor Gyokeres. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this unfurls. Sorry, what Chelsea are going to do in regards to a striker, but we've got a long way to go until we get to that. We've got a lot of things to get through. So yeah, it's one to look for, you know. It's one to look for. But yeah, I wouldn't say anything's pressing or imminent in regards to strikers, but certainly something to keep a little eye on. I don't see it either. I don't see it either. But you know, guys, we shall wait and see. We shall wait and see on that one. But yeah, I certainly don't really see that one happening either, guys. But yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right at the moment. We're doing okay, people. What else is going on? Let's have a quick look at the chat, and then we're going to look ahead to the sequel against Newcastle. I didn't think Madueke was that bad against Newcastle. I mean, I thought he was all right, to be perfectly honest. You know, I don't think he starts tomorrow night, but I thought he did. I thought he did a good job. I thought he was all right. I didn't sort of come away from that game thinking, oh, he was dreadful. But maybe it looks different on the TV to what I was watching in the ground. Which striker? Yeah, bro. But I mean, in the ground, you get a different view, obviously, compared to the TV. I didn't feel that he was that bad in the ground. But if people were saying he was bad, then maybe he was. But certainly from what I was watching in the stadium, I wasn't thinking, oh, this guy was shit. But yeah, if he was bad, he was bad. But yeah, I mean, look, you get a different view from the stadium compared to the TV. So yeah, let's leave it at that, guys. Yeah. Look, his defensive work's definitely improved, and that's an important part of the game. But he's not in the team for his defensive work. He's in the team for what he can offer going forwards. And the defensive stuff is obviously an additional bonus. Tonight is an audition for Kvaratskhelia versus Leao. The man that comes up on top will join Chelsea. I don't see Chelsea going for Kvaratskhelia. Why do we need another wide player? We've got Esteval coming. We've got Kendry Paez coming. We've already got plenty of wide players. Chelsea and Kvaratskhelia is not happening for me. But yeah, anyway, let's move away from Victor Gyokeres. Let's look ahead to the game against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Guys, in the chat, let me know, how are you lot feeling about this game? Because for me, this is a tough one. The record at St James's Park is not great. We've lost the last 2 times in the league. The last 2 seasons in the league, we've lost at St James's Park. Not ideal whatsoever. It's a difficult place to go. This will be a totally different game to the one on Sunday. The game on Sunday was difficult. It's going to be just as difficult at their place. They will make a few changes, but they probably won't make anywhere near as many changes as what we will make. Obviously, the home crowd's going to be roaring them on. St James's Park is a great place to go. Looking forward to making the trip up there. It's always great fun going to Newcastle away. Probably one of, if not the best away day in the league. But this is important. Carabao Cup settings, 4th round. I think it's a place in the quarterfinals up for grabs after this, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd round, 4th round, it could well be quarterfinals next, which is ridiculous. Surely it's not quarterfinals next, is it? Is it quarterfinals if you win this? I'll be in the quarterfinals. Someone let me know. If we win this, I'll be in the quarterfinals. 3rd round, 4th round, could be quarters. Is that last 8? No, surely it'd be last 16. I don't know. Someone in the chat, let me know. Is it last 16? Is it the quarterfinals after if we win tomorrow, I'll be in the quarterfinals. Someone let me know. But look, the Carabao Cup gets disrespected, right? And I know it's probably the lowest of priorities for a lot of teams. But I think for us, where we know we're not going for the league title, we know that the Conference League is, it's the last 16 now. This is the last 16. Mental. So we're into the quarterfinals if we win tomorrow. That is mad. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You're literally like only a handful of games away from Wembley. And this is what I mean about the League Cup, right? People laugh at the League Cup. People turn their nose up at the League Cup. But for us, right, for this young team who is still waiting to win a first trophy under this new ownership, you look at this and you're thinking, this is a big opportunity for us to win a game. We're in good form. Newcastle aren't in the best of form. And you're sort of thinking, yes, we've got an opportunity here to do something. We've got an opportunity here to do something and have a really good chance at winning this trophy. Now, whether we're going to win the trophy or not, I don't know. But this is a game that we have to be taking seriously. This is a game that we will take seriously. Obviously, with Man United away on Sunday, there's going to be half an eye on that. But we're still going to put a team out that is more than capable of competing and a team that's more than capable of beating Newcastle. Do I expect to see 11 changes like we've been seeing in the Conference League and things like that. No, I don't expect that. But I would expect to see probably at least 6 or 7 changes, at least, from us. You see the likes of Sancho play, probably see Mudryk, Felix, Nkunku, see Enzo come in. I think you'll see Tosin, maybe even see Badia Shield, Gyokeres. I think we'll play Jorgensen. So we're looking at quite a few changes, but it's a tough one. There's going to be a result on the night regardless, whether it goes to penalties or not. Let's wait and see. There's no extra time in the Carabao Cup, so it will just go straight to a penalty shootout if the scores are level at full time. And I really wouldn't rule this out going to penalties. There's every chance, in my opinion, that this could well go to penalties tomorrow. I wouldn't bet against that. I wouldn't bet against that being penalties. And we know we beat Newcastle on penalties in the Carabao Cup last season. Why not? Why can't we do it again? Why can't we do it again? Well, what we're going to have to do, though, it's going to be another big occasion. Not quite like Anfield, but it will be, Newcastle's up there in terms of atmosphere. It's a night match. It's going to be tough. We just got to keep doing what we've been doing. The players, everyone in the squad has been doing a really good job. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. Maresca was speaking about what he didn't like against Newcastle was how we didn't manage the last 20 minutes of the game very well. That's something, he described it as a learning process at the moment. It's still a learning process. We're looking to make improvements all the time as a team, and we are improving each game that goes by. But I look at this and think this is a game that we should absolutely be prioritizing. 100%, we should be prioritizing this game. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Guys, keep smashing the likes. Let's get this up to 60 likes. What are we on? 52. Come on, guys. Let's get this to the big 6-0 on the likes. Let's get it to the big 6-0. Run it up, run it up, run it up, guys. Let's get it to the big 6-0. Keep smashing the likes. We're 77 in the building. We're only 53 likes, guys. You can do better than this. There's plenty of you in here, so make sure you are doing that. What are you lot saying about the League Cup, though? How important is the League Cup to you guys this season? Let me know in the chat. I think we'll make changes. We won't see the whole 18, but we can handle the business. Yeah, I agree. United game's more important. Yeah, look, it probably is more important, sure. But it doesn't mean that this game isn't important. We're not just going to be throwing cup competitions like we're Mikel Arteta. We don't do that shit here. We're serious and we want to win every competition we're in. So I'm under no illusions that we're not going to turn up and we're just going to jack this game in. We're going to turn up, we're going to give it our best, and we're going to do absolutely everything we can to win this game. And this is a massive, massive game, huge game. I know the League Cup is, I would say, it's an easy competition to win, but it's a lot. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to. It's one of the easier trophies to win just because there's so few games to get to the final. And the League Cup and the Conference League are two trophies that we 100%, by the way, should be targeting. 100% we should be targeting the League Cup and the Conference League. And there's no reason in my mind why we can't win the League Cup and the Conference League. People might think that's ridiculous, but why can't we win the League Cup? Why can't we win the Conference League? I think those two trophies are. There's a big chance that we can get the job done. Those two trophies for me, big possibilities, guys. Big possibilities to win both. No, James is not. I'd be shocked if James started. I don't see it at all. Bench at best, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got left at home. Wouldn't be surprised if he got left at home. Yeah, he reiterated that again in the press conference that no one's told him he needs to finish top 4 this season. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. What is everyone else saying? But I'm telling you, it's a myth. I'm not saying it's shit, but the reality from what people tell you it is to what it actually is is a madness. Like, it's like ordering a PS5 and getting a PS2. That's the levels we're talking here in terms of the myth of the Anfield atmosphere. You know, look, it's an intimidating place to go, no doubt about it. One of the most probably the most difficult place to go as an away team in the Premier League, but the atmosphere is massively overhyped. I'd say Newcastle's better. I'll be real. Can see Brighton beating Liverpool. Yeah, that's true. It's at the Amex as well, isn't it? I think it's at the Amex. I think it's at the Amex. We need to win this cup. Yes, big up Tony from Bolton. This, brother, any cup. I'm taking any cup. I want to see players' armpits at the end of the season. That's what I want to see. Hoisting trophies up. That's what we're talking about. That's what we need to be doing. And, you know, League Cup, give me that free-handled trophy. Give me that energy drinks cup. The Carabao's on ice. All that stuff. I want it. I want it. I need it, and I deserve it. So yeah, mate, Carabao's on ice for me. If we're going there, yes, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Conference League is a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. Like, it would be criminal if we didn't do the if we didn't win the Conference League. It would be shambolic. It would be shambolic. Brian, big up, brother, big up. I think we have to play full B team away at Newcastle. No, I wouldn't go full B team. I think there'll be a few A teamers in there if that's how we're going to be. If that's how we're going to be looking at it, I think we go full. I think it'll be a mix. I would say there'll be 7 or 8 changes with maybe 2 or 3 so-called A teamers in there. Oh yeah, no, bro. Absolutely. That was my expectations at the start of the season: Conference League and the top 4. I'm not changing that. I haven't seen anything to suggest that, you know, that needs to be adjusted in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, mate, I am feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about this. And yeah, look, let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens in regards to the season. But yeah, I want that Carabao Cup. Give me that Carabao Cup. First trophy Jose one was the League Cup. Yeah, this is it. We need the building mentality. We need that winning. We need that first own trophy for this new ownership. Yeah, trophies every time. I think getting a train at like around sort of 12:30 or 1. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for tomorrow. That is the plan. No, still looking for the Man United ticket. If anyone in the chat knows of a spare Man United ticket, let me know. I'm still looking. I've got people on the case, but yeah, if anyone knows or if anyone else wants to put themselves on the specially designated task force to try to find me a Man United ticket, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Contact me on socials if you can find, if you come across a spare Man United ticket. That is the one that I'm looking for. I need to be there. I will be there. It always works out in the end somehow. I will be there. Fiorentina, Real Betis only. Yeah, I would say, like, having looked at the teams, those are really the only 2 you're looking at, and you're thinking, yeah, those are ones that could potentially cause problems. But then you would have expected Aston Villa to beat Olympiacos over two legs last season, and it simply didn't happen. So it's it's an interesting one, guys. It is very much an interesting one. I'm not too sure how that's going to go. Conference League, League Cup, and 4th would be a great season. Yeah, that would be an incredible season. Just Conference League and 4th, I think would be a good season as well. I think that would be a good season as well. In my view. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Heidenheim are any great shakes, but yeah, Betis and Fiorentina are probably the two other strongest teams in the competition. Newcastle will rest a few players potentially, but this game is probably more important for them than it is for us, I would say. I would say it's more important for them than it is for us, but let's wait and see on that front. Guys, 94 in the building. Let's get this up to 70 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. 6 more likes. Let's get it to 70 people. We should be aiming for 100. We were smashing 100 for fun in the summer. Seems to have dropped off a little bit, but we are working our way back up. We are working our way back up. So, guys, run those likes up. Let's get this to 70 likes. At the end of the day, trophies are important, but all eyes on United for me. No, fair enough. Look, I hear that, but this is important for me. This is important. You know, I'll be taking it one game at a time. One game at a time. I don't think they will give Amorim the Chelsea game for his debut. There's a possibility he might be in the dugout for that, but we'll wait and see. At the end of the day, it is what it is. If he's there, he's going to be there anyway. He'll be either in the stands or he'll be on a touchline. So whatever, as far as I'm concerned. Newcastle can't really put out a weaker squad. Yeah, Newcastle haven't got great squad depth. So Anthony Gordon will probably come back in if he's available. I'm not really sure why he was missing on the weekend, but yeah, he will come back in if he's available, which will be a plus for them. Otherwise, you know, I don't see them making that many changes. They haven't got an awful lot of options in there to be rotating. Well, let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. But at their place, they're a force to be reckoned with. They're a force to be reckoned with at their place. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens. Yep, you can make 3 changes after the league phase. So I imagine that you can make three changes or 3 additions. One of 3 changes. Yeah. So I imagine that sort of the likes of Tyreek George, Josh Akimpong, and those man will probably drop out when it gets to the knockout rounds. But yeah, you can make 3 changes. So I expect Chelsea to add in Lavia, Fofana, and Palmer to the mix. Yeah, probably. They'll cause us some problems, even though they're dog shit. They will cause us problems. You know, it always happens with us at Old Trafford. But that's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm hoping for. Make the journey worth it. Make the journey worth it. Winning a teacup with Robert Sanchez is harder than winning the World Cup. Yeah, fair. Win 5th spot, be a Champions League spot. Yeah, it could well be. It could well be. I don't know when that definitely gets confirmed, but the better the English sides do the more likely that is to happen. So yeah, we need the English teams to do well in Europe, apart from Man United. Fuck them. Exactly. Yeah, I tend to agree on that. But yeah, look, in terms of team news and things like that, love BB. Who's BB? But what do you think of Amorim? I'm a bit worried. Nah, bro, I'll be straight up. United aren't a threat for the top 4. Even with Amorim, there's so much work to do there. They're so far behind the likes of Tottenham, Newcastle, us, Villa. I don't see United as a threat for the top 4 this season. Long term, I think they'll be in a good position. They'll be in a good position long term for sure with Amorim. But I think in terms of this season, I don't see much happening personally. I don't see much happening personally. That's my view. We will take the top 4 seriously. We are taking the top 4 seriously. And instead of worrying about other teams, all we should be doing is focusing on ourselves and making sure that we are getting the job done that we need to do. That's what we got to do, guys. That's what we got to do. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you love BB as in like an abbreviation of a gaffer or something. Nah, big up, brother. Big up. Yeah, look, I say must wins. Like, you don't want to lose these games, sure. You know, if you start putting must win on stuff in sort of October, November time, I get what you're saying. Like, you don't want to have a week where we lose both these games because that would be just so shit. So we need to make sure that absolutely doesn't happen. I don't want to be losing to Newcastle in the Cup, and I sure as hell do not want to be losing to Man United either. I don't want to be losing to them, man. Just full stop. Full stop. I don't want to be losing to them. Guys, still only on 67 likes. Let's get this 3 more likes. Let's run this up to the 70 likes mark. Let's try and get this to 100 likes if we can. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. It would be greatly appreciated. So run it up, run it up, run it up. Oh, no, Jorgensen will definitely start. But draw minimum. Draw absolute minimum. Jorgensen, Gyokeres, Badishield, yeah, maybe. Let's wait and see. Jorgensen will start. Jorgensen is very much the cup goalkeeper. I don't see that changing anytime soon whatsoever. Jorgensen is the cup goalkeeper, and yeah, he will play tomorrow night. Big game for him tomorrow night for Jorgensen, by the way. Big game and a big opportunity as well. Big game, big opportunity. Let's see what he does. I think United will finish 7th or 8th. Yeah, maybe. I'm worried about all the yellow cards we're getting this season. Yeah, look, the bookings is a problem. Well, yeah, absolutely. That is more than valid. More than valid. More than valid for sure. It's more than valid, you know, for that situation. Look, for me, the thing with Jorgensen is, guys, we haven't seen enough of him. He made a brilliant save early doors against Panathinaikos. But other than that, in the cup games that he's played, he's not really had very much to do whatsoever. So he's not really faced real tests yet. And I think this will be the biggest test of his Chelsea career so far. And let's see how he comes through it. Let's see how he comes through it. That'll be the interesting thing. Jorgensen just start against Newcastle and United. He'll start against Newcastle. He absolutely won't start against Man United. We can safely say that right now. That won't be the case. He will absolutely won't be starting against Man United. Anyway, let's take a dive into the team then. I'm going to go through the team that I'd like to see. Guys in the chat, get your teams in as well. And let's see if we agree or disagree on anything. Let's see if we agree or disagree on anything. But we're going to go with this. We're going to run it up. And you guys can let me know your teams. But guys, keep smashing that like button, people. Keep subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. I like the fact that Enzo mentioned at the press conference that the last 20 minutes weren't good. Yeah, no, exactly. I mentioned it earlier. You know, he wasn't happy about that. You know, he wasn't happy with how he managed the last 20 minutes. You know, and it's that sort of attention to detail that we need. You know, that is the kind of attention to detail that we absolutely need. No doubt about it whatsoever. That level of detail is exactly what's required. Guys, I reckon we can get this to 80 likes. Keep smashing the like button, people. It's free. It takes seconds to do. And I would greatly appreciate it. So make sure you are doing all that good stuff. 9 more likes required. Let's do it. The game management was poor. It was poor towards the end, no doubt. Anyway, people, we're going to be going through the team now. I'm going to be picking the team, not a predicted team, the team that I would like to see. Get your teams in the chat as well. So we're going to go with a standard sort of 4-3-3, kind of 4-2-3-1 situation here. We've been discussing Jorgensen. Big opportunity for him. Pressure's growing on Robert Sanchez, in my opinion. If Jorgensen can, you know, have a good game, dare I say it, be a penalty shootout hero or something like that, then we are going to be having the heat's going to be ramping up on Mr. Robert Sanchez. Yes, brother, that is what I'm liking. That is what I'm liking. Let's do it, guys. No excuses not to. We are 29 away from doing that. I reckon we can do it, people. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Let's get it done. In terms of the defence then, I think Malo Gusto will play right back. I don't see him taking a risk playing Axel Disasi there. If I'm not mistaken, Gusto was taken off against Newcastle on Sunday. I'd stick Gusto at right back. I think there'll be 2 changes. I would make 2 changes at centre back, and I would go with Badiashile and Tosin. Fofana won't play. I'll be surprised if Colwell did. So I'm going to go with Tosin here. And then I know there's like people would maybe say Vega, but given Gyokeres didn't play much at the weekend, I would be starting Gyokeres in this game, and you bring Vega on from the subs bench. That is what that is the back four that I would. That's the back five that I would go with, and I think that's pretty decent, guys. I think that is pretty decent. I can't lie. I wouldn't go with the Sassy at right back. I think it's got to be Gusto for me. This is a better level of opposition. I don't want to be seeing that shit. Vega again is a good possibility at centre back. You know, let's wait and see. What happens on that one. Let's wait and see what happens with Vega. But yeah, let's have a look at what the chat's saying. Gyokeres is not needed. We have too many players, and Maresca's already said himself, I am only... Well, look, let's wait and see on that. Yes, big up, brother. With Amarim going United, is it more likely he goes for Gyokeres? Look, there's potential, sure. I mean, it's an obvious link because they've worked together, but it doesn't always mean that's the case. United have got Hoyland. United have got Xerxes. Are they going to go and spend another 60-odd million quid on another striker? Who knows? Potentially, but I think it'll be Tosin and Badiashile. That's what I'd go with that. Yeah, no, Chile's just there for vibes. Yeah, he's getting no minutes unless we get a dog shit team in the cup. He's absolutely getting 0 minutes. Moving into midfield, it is going to be, for me, Enzo Fernandez in this 6. He will definitely play there. I would then go personally with me. It'll be Dewsbury Hall. Let's just go KDH. I mean, it's tempting to play Caicedo in this game, but Caicedo will be on the bench. Caicedo will be on the bench. You know, that's the... yeah, Caicedo for me, bench. Enzo and KDH there. And then in that 10 role... look, I hear it, but I think we can have him. I think we can have him on the bench, and it's fine. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I don't see a problem with that. Jackson could start. I mean, what I would like to see, I know he's probably going to be on the bench, Jackson, but Palmer, I don't see Palmer starting this game either. I don't see Palmer starting this game. I wouldn't start him in this game. I'd have him on the bench. And here, for me personally, I want to see Nkunku here. I want to see Nkunku there. I want to see Sancho on the right. And Maresca was speaking about Sancho in the press conference today. Says he can absolutely play right wing. You know, and the reason why he was left out for the last 2 games was purely tactical situation. But yeah, no. For me, I'm not playing Felix. I'm going Sancho on the right. I'm going Mudryk on the left. And I am playing Jackson up top because I want to see the Jackson and Nkunku link up. That is the team that I would go with. And then you've got your Caicedos, your Palmers, your Felixes, your Netos, etc. on the bench. Yeah, this is not a predicted lineup, guys. This is what I would like to go with. This is what I would like to see. Now, whether Maresca is going to go with that, I've got no idea. But I was saying it all summer. The geezer's got no end products, and nothing's changed so far this season. The guy's not good. He's got talent. He's got ability. He's pleasing on the eye. But that's it. You know, he what has he done this season in the league other than score a goal against Wolves? What has he done in the league? What's he done in the league? Look, Jackson will be in the squad. Whether he starts or not, let's wait and see. I would personally start him because I'd like to see that Nkunku Jackson sort of link up with Nkunku playing in that 10 role. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. Guys, we're 5 likes away from 80. That is the next target. That's the next target. Nah, bro, there's plenty of Mudryk fans. Mudryk's been good recently. Mudryk has been good recently. Mudryk's been good recently, and he's definitely showing signs of improvement. There's a reason Maresca doesn't really. It's not about not rating Felix. He's just nowhere near as good as Palmer, so he's never going to play ahead of Cole Palmer, and he's not a better winger than any of the wingers we've got. So, yeah, that's the reality. He's hardly starting games, bro, because he's not good enough. That's the reality. You know, as a squad player, he's probably fine, but you know, he's not a difference maker. He's not a needle mover as such. If we're being brutally honest, he's not any of those. So yeah, I know it might sound a bit harsh, but that is the reality. That's the reality for me. That's the reality for me. He's not better than Palmer, and he's not better than Nkunku. Newcastle might make 1 or 2 changes, but they haven't got the squad depth that we've got. So I suspect probably if Gordon's available, he'll come back in. Other than that, you might get 1 or 2 changes, but Newcastle haven't got the squad depth to be making the level of changes that we can make. No, he probably will. But Felix played well against Panathinaikos. Yeah, but Felix hasn't done. Look, if people like Felix, that's fine. But for me, I don't see it. I just don't see it with him. Oh, of course, I want him to do well because he's a Chelsea player, and I want all Chelsea players to do well. But I don't see the hype. I don't see the fuss with Felix. I'll be totally honest. Felix 100% playing tomorrow. Yeah. Whether he starts or whether he's on the bench, he will play. Felix world class. Well, he's not world class, then, is he? He might have world class ability, but if he doesn't do it, if he's not producing on the pitch, he's not world class. Fair enough. Felix has to start. I disagree, but fair enough, brother. I think Gusto will be. I think Gusto will start at right back. I think it's a big risk to start the Sassy at right back in a game like this. I really do, and I would like to see. I'd like to see the Nkunku Jackson link up. I would be very, very keen to see that. Very keen to see it. I'd also be keen to get 3 more likes on the video, guys, and take us to 100 likes. That is what I would like to see. By the way, people, let's get the score predictions in. Let's get the score predictions in. Let's get them in, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Do you think we're going to get the win done in 90? Do you think we're going to win on penalties? Do you think we're going to lose? What are you lot saying? But that is the team that I would go with. Yeah, look, Neto will play some part for sure, but we've obviously got to have half an eye with Sunday in mind, and also half an eye on the fact that we've also just played on Sunday as well, and we're playing again Wednesday. It's literally 2 days, and then we're playing again. So, yeah, these are all things that need to be talked about. These are all things that we need to assess when picking teams, and that's the beauty of having such a plethora of options to choose from and such a lot of good squad players. That's exactly what we need to be doing, guys. Exactly what we need to be doing. What's the thoughts of Chukwemeka? Talented boy. Maresca clearly doesn't really rate him that much, or just a case of that there's considerably better players than him in a position that he's looking for. that's just the reality of the situation. I like Khan. I think he's talented, but ultimately it's down to the manager. The manager just doesn't see it, or he just simply thinks that the players ahead of him are better, and you can't really argue with that. Felix is good for rotation. I'm sure he'll score some important goals for us from the bench. No, he's not going to start games on a regular basis. Absolutely not. Chelsea win on pens. 1-1 Chelsea pens. 2-1 Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea. More likely L due to environment at Newcastle. Yeah, possibly. Let's wait and see. 2-1 Chelsea. 3-0. Fair. Chelsea win on pens. Do you think Maresca calling out Reece James? I think people have got like a little bit sort of, I don't say carried away of this, but kind of taken the wrong end, like not sort of fully understood this. It wasn't a calling out of Reece James as such. It was an expectation that he expected more leadership, not just from him, but from the whole squad in general. And look, it wasn't like it took them by surprise. This is conversations that he would have had with Reece and with all the players in general. They wouldn't have just logged on to socials or whatever, turned on the TV or whatever, however they get their news, and suddenly just seen, oh my God, the gaffer wants more leadership from me. Why hasn't he told me that? No, it's something that I think is right. It's the right thing to do. It's something from Maresca, who's a winner as a player, from Maresca, who's come from a winning dressing room, a treble-winning dressing room at Man City, a winning manager at Leicester City. He knows what it's like in a winning environment, and that's what he needs. He needs, he knows what it takes to be a winner and knows what it's like to be a leader and stuff. And if he feels there's not enough leadership and there's a lack of leaders, which there absolutely is, we all know that, then I've got no issue with him saying that publicly whatsoever, because he would have already said it to the players in private anyway. So I personally don't have any issues with that whatsoever. Yet Neto will start. Sancho's not available against United anyway, because as part of his loan. So yeah, 2-0 W, 1-2 or 3-2. Fair. Reece James is a big boy. Media wants to separate a dressing room. Yeah, look, it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. We know Reece is perhaps not the most vocal captain. He can improve as a captain. He knows that. And Maresca just pointing out that there's a lack of leaders at the club. Very simple. Very, very simple. As far as I'm concerned, very, very simple, guys. But yeah, those are my score. Oh yeah, I haven't done my score prediction. My score prediction, I am going for I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 win. Narrow 2-1 win, but I could easily see it going to penalties. And at that point, it's anyone's game. At that point, it is anyone's game when it goes to penalties. But yeah, that's the team that I'd go with. Let's wait and see whether Maresca is feeling my vibe. He probably isn't, but let's wait and see how many. Let's see if he thinks similarly to me. We'll find out by probably soon, in 24 hours or so. That's the team that I'd go with. Yeah, bro, it's just the social media age that we're in, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. People, we have 6 likes from 90. On the way out, let's get this to 90 likes. Still 61 in the building. Please make sure you're smashing the like button. It's free and it takes seconds to do. So I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. What channel's the game on? I actually don't know, bro. Maybe, I don't know where you're watching from. If you're UK, I imagine it'll be on Sky Sports. If not, I don't know what country you're in, but it will be on somewhere. I mean, in Europe and abroad and stuff, that you get all the games. Whatever, UK, you don't get that many, unfortunately. It's on Sky Sports of the UK. My knowledge of other countries' sports channels is very limited, which might surprise you. But yeah, guys, big up, big up, big up. Oh, you're in London? Yeah, bro. It will be on. I mean, there'll be some dodgy websites, of course, like always. Yeah, bro, Sky Sports. Yeah, that'll be your best bet, I'd say. Well, look, little red button settings, is it? Fair. Guys, 4 more likes on the way out. Come on, people. Come on, let's do this. But yeah, people, I'm going to round this one out. I am jumping over on Don's channel next for another episode of Blue Diary. So, guys, come and join me over there with the other lads chatting all things Chelsea. I'm jumping on with Don, so make sure you come and join me, guys. Thanks for all the support as always, guys. It's greatly appreciated. Big up to everyone. Here's how like a Super only play Chelsea Conference League games on Thursdays. Fair. Yes, big up, brother. I don't know how to do the redirect. I'll put a link in the chat. Yes, I will put a link in the chat. And let me do that now. And then let the people know in the chat that I've sent you over, guys. Tell Don that I've sent you over. Let him know that you've come over from my stream. Let him know. That's the link there. That should work. There we go, people. But yeah, guys, love as always. I'll be back tomorrow with a match day vlog from St. James's Park. That'll be out tomorrow night after the game. Make sure you stay tuned in for that. Hopefully, we're celebrating a place in the quarterfinals. That would be fantastic. If we're not, then expect a little bit of a sad vlog. But yeah, anyway, guys, match day vlog dropping tomorrow. I'll be documenting the trip up to Newcastle, the stadium, all the good stuff, guys. Everything you want to see. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Love as always. 2 more likes. Smash that like, smash those likes on the way out, guys. 2 more likes required. See you over on Don's channel in a sec if you are coming over. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Love as always. Up the Chelsea. Smash the likes, guys. 2 more to 90. And yeah, peace out, people. We are out of here.